Hi, I'm Miss Michelle. I'm going to be showing you a basic stage makeup look for any type of production that you might be doing in theater. I know a lot of makeup looks and characters require specific makeup, and that your director, your makeup artist will tell you later how to advance that. So this is basic for everyone, and then more colors, more effects, lashes, those can all make a huge difference. So what makeup does, it takes your character that you've been rehearsing and creating and gives you that next step. It helps the audience see what you're feeling. So we're gonna work today, and we have our lovely model, and we're gonna show you just a couple like drugstore products to achieve that look. So I'm starting just with, this one's a Maybelline. This is Fit. You can use anything that you can find at the drugstore, anything from Sephora, Ulta. Check your medicine cabinet, see what you have. I'm gonna show you a couple different colors. You, for face makeup, don't necessarily want to match your normal skin. With this, you wanna go 1 or 2 shades darker. So we're gonna do a couple different stripes on Isabella's face just to see how we are. So this one might already be a good color for her because it's not her true color. It makes her a little tanner. What the benefit of that is stage makeup with the lights, it really dries you out and makes you look very flat. So we're just gonna try to create a couple colors there. And then let me just put on a couple extra swipes of colors to see if we found our right color. Yeah, see, that one would make her even more pale. So we don't want that with the stage lights. For your kit, it's great to have different sponges, makeup remover wipes. I also recommend that you carry different things for hair, such as hair clips, bobby pins, comb, hairbrush, hairspray, gel, anything like that. And my ultimate favorite, bobby pins. I keep mine to cheat in a Tic Tac jar so you don't lose them. So we're gonna start with foundation. We already picked out Isabella's color, and now we're just going to apply with a couple different dots. I'm gonna show you with sponges so that way you don't have to invest in a lot of different brushes and such. So I'm just pouring a little bit out onto the sponge. You gotta be careful so it doesn't come out too fast. And then taking another sponge, I'm going to apply dots across Isabella's face. So I like to do a dot on the nose, chin, cheeks. The pressure okay? Okay. I'm gonna do a couple little dots across her forehead. And make sure we're totally blend. If you have a costume that comes up like a turtleneck, you don't need to go too much further. But since JoJo probably has a t-shirt, we're gonna just pull this one down and make sure the color's there. Then we can start taking the different parts of the sponge and blending it out. You wanna make sure that you're doing a full application. Stage makeup is different from street makeup because you're putting on a lot more than you normally would. And up close, it looks crazy. But don't worry, because on stage, we'll be able to see you in all those bright lights. Go look up for me. We can go right under the eyes. This is eliminating the step of concealer, so we can keep it nice and easy for you guys. Look up again. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more just to make sure she has a full coverage. For foundation, I would recommend finding one without a heavy SPF amount, because if she were to be taking her publicity photos, sometimes that can bounce back. This one just has an SPF 15, so it's very small, but anything like where you find SPF 50s and such, those ones will definitely reflect back with all the zinc in the product. Okay, so right now she's looking bronzed and more tan than usual. But from far away, she's gonna look very normal. Okay, we're bringing it down to the neck. Don't apply too much pressure here, just so we don't choke our models. Okay, we also wanna go over the eyelid. So close your eyes and gently blend out. You don't need a lot right here. This is just to make sure any like excess oil gets picked up and is nice and smooth. Okay. Our next step is optional but recommended. This is called contouring. This is a bit of an elaborate palette, but a lot of times you'll find things with colors like this. This one is from BH Cosmetics. If you know you're going to be doing a lot of plays, I would recommend a palette like this because it has lots of colors, and that way you don't have to buy new things every time. Or if something like this, where this is a contouring palette where you have your highlights and your bronzer. We're going to keep it nice and easy. What this is a bronzer, so this is about 4 to 5 shades darker than her skin tone. Everything's been pre-cleaned for her. We tap a brush, something fluffy like this. I like the ones that are angled because it helps us follow the shape of her face. Okay, so I want you to suck your face in like a fish. Doing this, we're going to do a 3 and an E. So we start as a 3. That's a little too dark, so now we want to just buff it out. We're following her cheeks, not going too far, and going under the chin. That was our 3. And now we're going to do an E on the other side. Thank you for your fish face. So you can see here too much was applied right at the forehead, and that's okay. You can just buff it out. So what this does, it imitates the natural shadow of the face and gives it right back in there. You don't want it to touch the mouth, so you can go ahead and blend that out too. When you add foundation, it eliminates your natural shadow, so this is us just cheating and putting it back in. Your fish getting tired? You can relax. Okay, so if you feel that you have maybe a beard or a lot of looks on your face, you don't necessarily need to do that step. The one step I encourage everyone to do is the blush. That adds the natural skin color back in. You can just grab something cheap and easy like our Instacolor from CoverGirl. This has 3 different ones, so that way depending on skin tone you're covered. We're going to go with the middle one for Isabella. You can use the brush that comes with it, or you can use something fluffy like we just used on the contour. I'm just using a fluffy one. And this is the one that you want to give your biggest, cheesiest smile. There you go. These are the apples of the cheeks. And we're just going to, what I call pouncing. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do a couple and then blend it out. And already you can see a difference from that side to that. And if we want to do a little more, we definitely can. Let's just even her out over here. Okay, now she looks human again. Okay, moving along. Our next step would be eyeshadow. So with eyeshadows, you want to find something with a couple different colors. This is our, what I call our cheat also. If you see, this one tells you exactly where to put it. We want a lighter color on the eye bone. This one I like for right underneath the eyebrow. We have our define, and we also have our crease colors. And then you can decide based on your character what level you want to use. And what's nice is this comes with a bunch of different things, and it's under $7. Everything I'm showing you today is under $7, by the way. The foundations can go upwards about 10. You can find some even cheaper. And you can also just use whatever you might have at home. I'm starting with just what I call a smudge brush. This is a half dome, and what's nice is this can go all over and go wherever I want it to. So we're starting with right under the brow bone, so we can use one of these 2 colors. I'm selecting white because it's a neutral color. You can do boy or girl this way. So we're just blending that softly. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Right under the eyebrow. And this adds a highlight, so from far away we can see all her features. If you're doing yourself, you can definitely use your fingers to get in there. Just make sure you see all the colors. Okay, our next step, I'm just going to show you on this one side just so you can see the difference. Let's add a little bit more now. We're going to go into a defining crease. We find a color that's a little bit darker. You can do this one or this one. I just tended to mix, so we're not extremely brown or extremely gray. Very soft pinks work as well too if you're doing a more feminine look. You just want to find neutrals. I like less glitter. This one has some, but it's not excessive, because if you have a ton of glitter in your eyeshadow, you look like a disco ball from far away. So now we're just etching out the crease. So the crease can be found if you blink over and over again. Go ahead, Isabella, blink, 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 and look all the way up, and look all the way down. You start to see where the fold of the eye is, and you can kind of feel around with your brush or your finger, depending on who's doing your makeup or if you're doing yourself, exactly where that's following. So I can see Isabella's crease, but sometimes it's a little harder to find. And just with that one, can we come in on this eye and then this eye? This eye is a little darker and more defined, so we see her feature. This one, it's going away because it's all flat since we covered everything with foundation. So this is just bringing those features back in. If we are having a more dramatic look and we want to go for nighttime, we can add a little bit of darker color to the outside. I'm not going to do too much since we want to keep everything neutral, but this is just me pouncing on the outer corner, what I call the outer V, and then blending out. And then this just brings a lot of shape back to the face. Okay, so that would be a really simple, easy eye. Another eye one that I found that would be great for all stage would be Maybelline. This one has this one's also labeled. You can do base, your whole eye with this. You can cover certain parts of your lid with the lighter one. This one would be a great crease color, and then you can darken it up with the dark brown. This one's a little bit more feminine, but based on your character, you can choose it that way. Okay, moving along, we're gonna go into eyeliner. So some of my recommended ideas for eyeliner would be to find a twist up self-retracting pencil. Typical wooden pencils can be a little aggressive, especially on our younger actors. So I would recommend finding something that twists up. It's a little creamy. And then this one works just on, I would recommend it on the bottom eyelid. You can also go top, but this one's really soft. If you're doing someone else's makeup and not your own, just make sure you warn them what you're doing first. So Isabella, I'm going to start your eyeliner, okay?
Okay.
So I would like you to look up here. Can you see my hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, a couple little marks, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just going to mark as far over on the eyeliner that I want to go. I'm going to mark as far out I want my eyeliner to go. I'm going to do a dot in the center. And let them blink. That's important. How you doing?
Good.
Okay. It's okay if you get a little teary during this part because it's not natural to poke things in your eye. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to have you look up, and I'm going to do 3 little marks, and then I'm going to let you blink, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now we're just playing connect the dot. We have our first dot, our second dot, and our third dot. I'm going to start second to third so it doesn't get too thick. So we have 1, 2, 3, blink, blink, blink. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, we're going to try again. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, blink it out. It's okay if this part gets heavy because we're on stage and we have to be seen from far away. How are you doing?
Good.
All right. So go ahead and look up. I'm going to keep this one a little lower because my model wants to be seen from far away. Her mom wants to see her in the very far back row. I want to see her in the very far back row. So we're just going to make it a little dark. I'm working in small amounts because this isn't a natural thing for everyone. And we're doing 1, 2, 3. Okay, blink. And keep doing it until you get all the way across. We are almost there. I only have 3 more marks, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, blink it up. So, since this isn't a perfectly smooth line, we can make that smoother by taking a thin brush. This is a very nice thin brush. You can go with even thinner ones, anyone for painters or for photographers. And the same thing, we're just going to blend it out gently. Go ahead and blink. And blend it out gently. You don't have to do this. I will say it's easier to work on yourself at this point, so that way you can gauge how you're doing. Doing okay?
Good.
Okay, now for the top. The top one's fun because you can do it almost like a marker. Let's see where I had my tool. I somehow already lost the eyeliner I'm using. Here we go. This is a brand new one that I just discovered where we had that twist up on the side. This one is by NYX. It's called 2-Timer. You can get this at places like Ulta or online. And the other side has a felt tip marker. And that one's make it very easy for different types of winged eyeliner, cat eye. If last time we've done shows where we've drawn on mustaches, this is perfect for that type of thing. And it's really gentle and smooth. So with this, I do want to remind you, if you're doing eye makeup, not to share eye makeup. If you're sharing amongst your family, that's okay. But for Isabella, she and I aren't family, so this is just hers. And it's gonna be able to be her personal stage makeup. With this one, you keep your eyelids shut. And I'm just going to start, I start in the middle so we don't have to do a huge line. And we're just pulling the color out. For women, you can pull it out almost into a cat eye. For boys, if your character is very masculine and manly, you can stop right where the eye stops. If you're doing an animal, you can use this to create whatever type of animal look you have. So this, I'm just doing really thin strokes, keeping as close to the eyelashes as I can. What this does, it just makes her eyelashes look really big from far away. Feeling okay? Mm-hmm. Make sure you're checking in with your son or daughter or whoever you're working on just to make sure they're doing okay. So makeup can be fun, so we just want to make sure it's always fun for everyone. So that's just a nice, quick, simple eye. So go ahead and open. So we see that there's a missing section here. We can have her look down, keep your chin where it is, and we can find that hole and then just color it in. It doesn't have to be perfect either, just because this is all from distance. If she was going to be in a ton of pictures, we would spend a lot more time on this. And believe it or not, we are almost done with our basic stage look. So a few more details. Going back to our trusty eyeshadow colors, you're going to find an eyebrow color. So this one, you can use the brushes that come with it. This is a slanted brush. This is perfect for eyebrows. The longer the handle, the easier it is to work with. So I'm going to use my own slanted brush. These are from Eyes, Lips, Face. You can get them at Target for $1. Don't spend a lot if you don't have to. So now I'm just going to see her eyebrows. I'm going to lightly just brush them in. This is going to help us see her facial expressions from far away. So if I'm in a big 1,700 seat theater, I'm going to see everything that Isabella is saying, and especially if she's acting with her face or singing a song, I'm going to see everything. Okay, so go ahead and look at this side and look at the other side. I see her eye a little bit more on that one. Okay, and we're already on our last step. Oh, I was mistaken, second to last step. So we're going to add mascara. You can also add false lashes if you're really advanced, but I'm not going to recommend it for people who are just getting out there. Mascara is something that I want everyone to use on their own, and no sharing for this. It's based on bacteria. This is a brand new one. This one is by NYX, or NYX as they call it. This is Le Chic Flic, and it's a nice black one. It's waterproof. That's really essential for theater because you do a lot of dancing and a lot of sweating. So with mascara, we're going to have you keep your chin here. Okay. I'm going to have you look down, okay, and I'm just going to wiggle the color into the lashes. Raise your eyebrows just a little bit, and we wiggle it back and forth. If you have other tricks, go ahead. Right now I'm just going on top, and we're tricking the eye into letting us do this. Because the eye's natural instinct is to blink and block it. Okay, after you've done that, you have nice full lashes. And then the last step is to set it. You can set it with just regular baby powder. With that, just tap a little bit on a dish and then buff it out with a big fluffy brush all over the face. You can, the next step up is using something that comes in like a makeup kit. This one's Mayron, it's more theater grade. It's essentially baby powder though. And what we're going to do today, because it's nice and quick and easy, this is a makeup mist and set by Eyes, Lips, Face, or e.l.f. And what that does, it helps set everything. This is $3 from Target. So what you're going to do, because it's a water, is warn the person, Isabella, I'm going to put water on your face, okay? So I'd like you to close your eyes, and we're going to do an X shape across the face just a couple times and let her dry. And then afterwards, she'll be all ready to dance. And then I forgot the last step, lip color. She has a beautiful natural lip color on, so you can see her lips do stand out. What you want to do is you want to typically find a color that's 1 or 2 shades darker than her natural lip color. Boys, you can do nudes that are just a little bit darker. We can do soft pinks. Usually use reds if your character calls for it. So lips too. This is her personal lipstick, so she's going to just open her mouth a little bit, go like this. You're making an oaf shape, and it's brand new. We can just rub it right on there. If you are using a lipstick that belongs to a couple people, you can sanitize it by putting alcohol on it, rubbing it off, and then using a paintbrush to paint it on. Lip liners are great here too if you want to get really, really specific, or if you have lips that are maybe uneven in certain areas and you want to create like a Cupid's bow or whatever your character might need. But for Isabella, she has very neutral lips, so we can follow that shape perfectly. Okay, and this is our basic stage makeup. So make sure that you're keeping sanitary, trying and experimenting, and being really straightforward. You're just enhancing the characters you've already created. All right, thanks guys. See you later, ETC.